Hello there guys, this is Christy Lewis from Dostoevsky in Space, and today I'm going super low tech. I'm literally not editing at all because my normal equipment is not available. But I really wanted to get an announcement up for Feb Regency. We are still having Feb Regency this year, which I'm super happy about. So Stephanie, who is one of our previous co-hosts, has really stepped up this year, and also Tiffany is joining us from Beautiful Minutia. So Stephanie from Miss Richards Reads and Tiffany from Beautiful Minutia. I was just talking with Tiffany and I was like, yeah, I don't even know if we're gonna do it this year because Emma from Bookish Princess can't join us. And Tiffany's like, well, I'm planning to read a bunch of Feb Regency stuff, so if you need help, I wouldn't mind co-hosting with you. And I was like, would you? God bless you, Tiffany. So Tiffany is on board, which I'm super excited about. And of course, Tristan in the Classics is joining us again. So yay. That's our crew for this year, and we hope that you'll join us too. And it's going to be a very chill Feb Regency this year. So if you're not aware, Feb Regency is a celebration of and an exploration of literature that was written during or popular during the Regency period of British history, which is commonly understood, and this is the definition that we're going with from Wikipedia, 1795 to 1837, even though the Regency, the actual Regency of King George IV for King George III was a shorter time period, 1811 to 1820. So this is when King George III was suffering some madness. I forget exactly what he had, some kind of debilitating illness, mental illness. And so his son served as regent during this time period. So even though that's a short period, stylistically, the period is wider. There's like some distinguishing characteristics of the Regency period. So this year, Feb Regency, gonna be super simple. All you have to do to participate is read something that was written during the Regency period. So super easy. And let's keep going here. So I mentioned our co-hosts. Our live shows are going to be, I believe, on Stephanie and Tiffany's channel. So I think Tiffany's gonna host the reading sprints, and those will be on Saturday, February 15th. At 1 p.m., not 1 a.m. Eastern time, so that will be 10 a.m. Pacific time. And then we will have a wrap-up stream on March 1st, and that will be on Stephanie's channel, and that will be at the same time, which is 1 p.m. Eastern time, 10 a.m. Pacific time. And there will also be a Feb Regency Discord area on Tiffany's channel. So that's mainly everything that you need to know. So I hope that you'll join us. Let us know down below in the comments what you're planning to read. And if I've forgotten any information, since I can't really edit this video without my equipment, I will put it in the description for you. Okay, I lied. There's going to be a tiny bit of editing because I really wanted to add my TBR, but I wasn't sure when I first filmed this video. Okay, I've got it all. I actually did quite a lot of research this time. Because I was planning at first to head up this entire readathon, and then my health just went, or rather, so then I decided, I'll leave it up to the others to host if they want to. Otherwise it won't happen, but they stepped up, and we're gonna have Feb Regency, and I'm so happy, because there's so much Regency literature that I'm excited to explore still. So, I saw Taking Tea with Catherine reading a book for Jane Austen July that I was like, this would be perfect for Feb Regency. So Jane Was Here, An Illustrated Guide to Jane Austen's England by Nicole Jacobson. So I'm going to order this from my library because we don't have it. So hopefully it'll come in time. I should have ordered it like a month ago if it was going to get here in time. But we'll see. Hopefully it'll get here by the end at least of February. And I don't have my food picked out yet, but I'll probably try to cook something again because I've really liked the things that I made for Feb Regency every year. I've really liked it. I would love to read something else by Mariah Edgeworth. Really would love that. Really. Same, I would also really love to read like Rob Roy. I'd love to read something else by the author of, anyways, yeah, you know who wrote Rob Roy. Sir Walter Scott. I really enjoyed Ivanhoe. I would love to read Rob Roy. I actually have that on my Kindle already. But something by Mariah Edgeworth would be great too, because Belinda was one of my, I think it was one of 2 classics that made my 2024 favorites. I did not have a good year for classics last year, but Belinda proved to me that I could enjoy a long classic quite a lot. Belinda and Bleak House. Bleak House had to be among my classics too. Maybe I had 3 classics on my favorites list. But anyways, moving on. So, was Bleak House on my favorites list? It should have been. If it wasn't, I might have forgotten to put it on there. Anyways, I'm hoping for another banger from Mariah Edgeworth. I'll probably only get to one or the other, and I'll probably go for a Sir Walter Scott, because I've been saying every year that I wanted to read another Sir Walter Scott. So this might be the year. Hopefully this is a good year for it. I've also been saying for like a million years that I wanted to read Julius Caesar, and I think what I'm going to do is find an audio version of it, because that's what I did for the year when I read the Shakespeare about that storm. It's about a storm. I really loved it. It was so good. And I listened to some of it at least, like an audio production, and it was so good. So I want to do that again with Julius Caesar, but I might try to also read it physically, because it's a history play, so I feel like I need to pay attention. I did read this in high school, or at least it was read to us in high school, and I did not pay attention. In fact, we might have read it, like, had parts, but history for me was, like, way over my head in high school. I was not paying attention. I really want to read it again. I hear it has great speeches. Alan has told me that, yeah, from the Library of Alexandria. He's told everybody that. Great speeches in Julius Caesar, so I'd really love to actually read that, because I love a speech. I love a good speech. It's why I like to say Atlas Shrugged. So many speeches. Okay, another thing, I've also, I think, read The Social Contract by Rousseau before, but I would like to read that. I always love throwing some nonfiction into there, because I've been in such a nonfiction mood. But I feel like I've read this, and I was like, yeah, this would be really nice if this was true. But I know that it was really influential in this time, and so I would like to reread it and get a better feel for Rousseau. I have so many, I have like a huge list of things that I want to try, but I'm highlighting the highlights here, because I probably won't get to all like 20 things that I have here that I want to read. I also want to read The Rime of the Ancient Mariner by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. I definitely read some Coleridge, because I have a degree in English literature. I definitely read some Coleridge in college. However, if we read any of the Rime of the Ancient Mariner, it was only an excerpt, and I want to read the whole thing, so it's not even that long. Like, I can handle it. So I'd like to read that. We'll see. And another thing, so a lot of these weren't written in England, which is, if we ever get around to doing prompts again for Feb Regency, my prompt will probably be read something outside of England that was written during this period, because there's so many interesting things that were written outside of England during this period. But our traditional boundaries for Feb Regency have been written in Britain, is like the boundary. But Mary Stewart, a verse play by Frederick Schiller, which depicts the last days of Mary, Queen of Scots, it premiered in Germany, but I would really like to check that one out. It says on 1800, so that's kind of, yeah, that's Regency period, so, yeah. And then the last thing that I have here, there's so many, not the last thing, but the last thing that I'm going to mention is The Missionary by Sidney Owenson Morgan. I forget how I ran across this, but I ran across a lot of things from Tristan and the Classics. Great video. He has a video on like the 10 Feb Regency authors you should know about, or something. It was something like that. I'll link it down below. It's a great video. And so I just checked out like all of the authors that he mentioned in that video, and I found a wealth of options, and this was one of them. And I believe it was available on Gutenberg. So yeah, that's it from my TBR. Let me know down below what you're excited to read for Feb Regency, and I'll hopefully be talking to you guys about it in our live streams. I can't wait. Bye.